What's up everybody, Cassini Code here, back with the Newcastle career mode in what is surely going to be the biggest episode of this Newcastle career mode. As you've seen previously at the end of the last episode, we've got Liverpool, then we're away to Arsenal, then we're away to Chelsea, and then we have the final of the EFL Cup, the first final we've been in since 1998, the potential of winning our first trophy since 1956. I believe it was 56, might have been 58. Point is, it's been a very long time. But straight away, we're going to sim this fixture against Liverpool. I know I've been simming a lot, I apologise, but we are going to play at least 2 games in this episode. We're going to go with Callum Wilson up front, Fraser out wide, Perez sat behind Wilson, Murphy on that right hand side, Sander Berg and Hayden in CDM, then Jamal Lewis, Lascelles, Shaw, Manquillo, Dubravka in goal. It is our strongest 11. We need to knock Liverpool out of the FA Cup. Can we do it? Let's find out. We put up a good fight from the looks of it, but it is unfortunately a 2-1 defeat. Seymour scored in the 78th minute to give us a bit of hope, but we were 2-1 down. Sadio Mane getting the double, which means we are out of the FA Cup. Okay, so we move into this game of the episode now with Arsenal. I never thought I'd say this after 25 games, but a potential relegation battle Arsenal find themselves in. They're expected to go with this formation, which for some reason has Reece Nelson up front and Joe Linton out wide. But, you know, as it is, it's supposed to be a very rotated Arsenal side. We're going to go with this. Dwight Gale up front with Seymour sat directly behind him. Fraser and Murphy being the wide players. Then Sean Longstaff and Hayden in CDM. Jamal Lewis, Lejeune and Shaw and Yedlin will make up the defensive back four. And Carl Darlow gets his first Premier League start of this episode. Sean Longstaff, it's gone wide to Murphy. Now Gale to Seymour. It's back to Dwight Gale, who hits it first time. Well, Leno's goal kick goes up. Lejeune gets the head on it, but it's gone straight to Reece Nelson. Tackle's been jumped. Reece Nelson in the middle, and Arsenal have taken the lead. Fraser. The corner, Fabian Schär's hit it! And we are back level for the first time we've scored from a corner this season. What a header from Schär. Just pushes out the way of the defenders, finds all the space. 3 Arsenal shirts, including Joe Linton around him, and it's 1-1. Bad pass by Arsenal. Can we punish them? No, of course we can't. Joe Linton in space now down that wing. Reece Nelson got the ball in. He's got round his man. What a save from Darlow. Hayden does well. Arthur Seymour. He's got Murphy through. On goal. Jacob Murphy. It's 2-1. And Mikel Arteta's problems at Arsenal get even worse. And then he's space here for Willian as he's been found by the pass. It's gone down the wing to Willock, who's tried the cross. And the referee's given a penalty for handball. Let's have a look at this against Lejeune. How is the referee given that? No point in complaining. It's Willian versus Carl Darlow. And Willian's hit the post. Justice done. It was never a penalty. And Arsenal have had the stupid advantage given to them just overturned. Murphy's come back the other end. And justice is done. 3-1. Justice done. Was never a penalty. Straight on the counter-attack. Murphy gets through. He's not missing from there. And that's it for half-time. 3-1. The boos around the Emirates. There's boos coming from the away fans, I'm sure, after that referee's decision for the penalty. But we are 3-1 up. He's back on his feet now, and he's away. He's got to get past Murray. He has got past Murray. He's through on goal. It's Ryan Fraser. It's 4-1. And Arsenal's problems get worse. Fraser straight into the fans. Mikel Arteta needs to pray for something to change for Arsenal very fast. Let's dumb it with this now. And he's released Jacob Murphy. Arsenal have thrown everybody forward. It could get worse for Mikel Arteta. Dwight Gale makes it 5. And surely you've got to think Arsenal are going to be looking for a managerial change. They are 5-1 down, 17th in the league after 26 games. So that's it, 5-1 it finishes at the Emirates. The boos around Arsenal's home stadium are just enormously loud. Potentially they could be in the relegation zone after 26 games if West Brom can get a win against Everton. So the next game in the episode is going to be against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We're going to go with this starting 11 lineup. We're going to go with Dwight Gale up front, with Fraser, Perez, and the back from injury Alan St-Maxim out wide. We're going to then go Sander Berg and Isaac Hayden in CDM, Jamal Lewis, Lascelles, Shaw, Manquillo in defence, with Dubravka in goal. Chelsea are expected to go with that formation, as you can see on the left there. We're going to sim this and hopefully, fingers crossed, get 3 points and keep our 4th place spot in the Premier League. So it wasn't a win, but it wasn't a loss either. We've drawn 1-1. As you can see, Sander Berg gets his first goal for the club in the 80th minute. Jorginho would put Chelsea ahead in the 38th. Doesn't look like it was a fairly exciting game, but at least we have managed to get a point against Chelsea. So the next game and the final game of this episode is possibly going to be the biggest game of this season. As you can see there, on the 27th of February we will be at Wembley against Man City, potentially going for our first cup in 60 years. This is going to be one hell of a game. So this is it. This is our final game of the episode. It is the EFL Cup final. It is the biggest game of Newcastle's season, surely for the last 20 years. It is the biggest game Newcastle have played in. We are going up with this formation and this squad. It is going to be Callum Wilson up front, Fraser, Perez and Dwight Gale playing in the centre attacking midfielder role. St. Maxim's stamina is still a bit iffy after being out for nearly a month. We're going to go Sander Berg and Hayden in CDM. Then the back four is slightly changed. It's going to be Lewis, Lascelles, Shaw and Yedlin. We're going to hopefully keep Yedlin's pace in there to neutralise the likes of Sterling and Torres. Dubravka obviously in goal. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle United, Manchester City, EFL Cup final. Let's get underway. Ball into Aguero now, back to De Bruyne. Got to be careful here. Wide for Sterling, back into the feet of Aguero. Good tackle by Shaw. Can we counter attack now? Dwight Gale into the feet of Hayden, back to Lascelles, who goes wide for Fraser. Newcastle look dangerous here, surely. Ball through for Callum Wilson. Is it going to be? Callum Wilson cuts back. What a save from Edison. Comes straight back out with here. We cleared, but City have got it back. Aguero's managed it. What a save from Martin Dubravka. We are still in this. There's Lascelles. Now to Sander Berg. There's Jose Perez. Gives it to Wilson. Gives it back to Perez. Perez through on goal. 1-on-1. Jose Perez. What a save. That's it for half time. 0-0. Edison bailing City out twice. Dubravka bailing us out once. One hell of a final. Wilson now. Perez to Fraser, who gives it back to Jose Perez. Jose Perez. 1-0 in the AFL Cup final. Perez celebrating with the subs. We are 1-0 up in the EFL Cup final. Look at this. Fraser back into Perez. I thought Diaz had covered. I thought Diaz had got it. And we've just swung it straight across goal. Wearing the number 9 with pride. Jose Perez gets the first goal in the EFL Cup final. Sub for City now. Fernandinho coming off. On comes Phil Foden, a man who is very dangerous. We're going to have to be very careful now. Aguero wide for Torres. It's Ferran Torres up against Lascelles. Torres gets away. No easy options on. He's going back for Kyle Walker. Into the feet of Aguero. Now for De Bruyne. It's space is given. And Raheem Sterling's levelled it. We gave City too much time on the ball. Sterling allowed to be just free roaming in the box. That's always going to happen. And we are 1-1. Fraser's corner, in it goes. Wilson up for it. Callum Wilson's hit the bar. Callum Wilson's hit the bar. Walker, 3 minutes at a time. Here's De Bruyne, into Gonzalez. It's Raheem Sterling. De Bruyne, City have thrown everything forward. Lewis trying to clear, can't. It's Gonzalez. City have done it in the 93rd minute. And that's it. Man City have stolen the cup in the 92nd minute. Absolute heartbreak for Newcastle. That man Gonzalez winning it in the 92nd minute. Well, there you can see it, absolute heartbreak. We held on right up until the 90th minute. City threw everybody forward at injury time. It was just too much to deal with. Gonzalez scoring the winner in the 92nd minute. Absolutely heartbreaking. But to come that close is like I say, it's just, it hit so hard to lose the final when we did. But we've got to move on now and try and make sure we get a decent league finish. Okay, so the final game of the episode was the cup final, and unfortunately it is a heartbreaking loss for us. But we'll move on now and look at the league table to finish off. Liverpool sit top of the tree still, only by 2 points, but they do have a game in hand. Leicester obviously in second. The Spurs still holding on to third. Man City move into fourth, although they do have a game in hand on Spurs. Not that it'll make too much of a difference given the points gap. Man United moved to fifth with Chelsea in sixth and us in seventh. Looking at the bottom of the table now, and crisis continues for Mikel Arteta. Arsenal are still 18th. They do have a game in hand and potentially could get out of the relegation zone on goal difference, but not looking good for the Gunners. They could be, with 10 games left, in for a relegation fight. We look to the next episode now, where we will be at home to West Ham and then away to West Brom. We've got Leicester in the league away on the 22nd, and then we're home at Crystal Palace. Fairly easy month given what we have been dealing with recently, although given recent performances with Newcastle, I've learned not to say any game is a guaranteed win. The two games, West Ham and West Brom, could be interesting. Depending on results there, it could help Arsenal out of a relegation fight. The game against Leicester is by far going to be the biggest game in that episode. But that is going to do it for us. Unfortunately, there's not another cup. The wait goes on for Newcastle United, but potentially if Man City finish in the top four, we're guaranteed Europe regardless. That's going to do it for me, and all the best. Take care.